Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another Wolfpack Wednesday. Hope you all are having a fantastic week so far. Tomorrow I have a really big shoot that I'm very excited for, and I am, well, in the midst of preparing for that. I thought it'd be fun to do an unboxing as we always do here on the channel. And let's get started. Now today's going to be a mix of a whole slew of different things, but a ton of games. I am so excited to show you what's in the mail. First off, we have Forever Home. Honestly, this is not a sponsored video by anyone, but this was sent to me by Birdwood Games, and let me tell you now, they have the most wholesome themes ever. I loved Dog Park, and Forever Home now you are adopting dogs. Now I'm not gonna open every single game today, but I do want to give this one a crack real quick. Forever Home, help dogs in need find their forever home in this puzzly pattern building game for 1 to 5 players. Can we all just appreciate the incredible themes that Lottie and Jack have been coming up with? This is freaking amazing. I cannot wait for this Kickstarter to come out. This is a pre-production copy, but we also have some beautiful dog meeples as expected from them. I love how they're all different colors. Also have some of the cards dealt out here, and I think these look like little city location tiles. So a much smaller game in comparison to Dog Park from what I've seen so far. But for sure, like I said, I just love what Birdwood Games is doing. Having a theme like this is so freaking wholesome. Definitely follow Birdwood Games if you aren't already, because I think they're looking for a specific charity to fund too on top of this. So thank you so much to Birdwood Games for sending this over. I cannot wait to get this played and reviewed for the channel, which is going to come up very soon. I think their Kickstarter is launching September 4th. So you'll be seeing this review very soon. You know what, side note, last year, I swear to you, around the exact same time, I was so close to getting all of my games in my collection played, and I've reached the same point again where I'm down to 7 games, but now I get a whole bunch of games in, and that 7 is gonna increase to back to 20 or so. But I feel like this is an ongoing struggle for all of us board gamers. Do you not agree? Just whoever has their entire board game collection played. If you do, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love to know. If you have every single game in your collection played, good for you. You would also be the first, because I don't know a single board gamer that has. This right here, oh my god, the full production copy of this looks freaking amazing. Warline. Now, I really love this game. This was a really fun one for me to do. We had a gameplay video of me and Josh playing this one, and Nasir was the one filming us during this Warline gameplay. If you like chess-like strategies for games, definitely check out Warline. We covered it on the channel. You can check it out here. The gameplay, I think, is relatively very close to the final production copy. So check it out. Warline, incredible game, and I cannot wait to dive into this one again, because I love the chess-like strategies in this one. You know, I did get a couple of questions of people asking what happens after a Kickstarter? Do companies, publishers typically send you games after you finish working with them? Not always. I think it just depends on the publisher, but I would say 80% of the publishers that I work with typically send me a final production copy, which is incredibly nice, but they don't have to, and it was really nice of them to be sending games like that. Next up, now this right here was a personal purchase from a while ago. I just kept it. I haven't unboxed it yet because we haven't dove into that game since then. These are tokens from Eagle Gryphon Games for Lisboa. I had to have metal coins. I just can't. I can't imagine. It's very hard for me. I know I'm super spoiled, but it's very hard for me to get a game that's quote deluxeified and not have metal tokens if there is a currency in that game. And Lisboa is an absolute masterpiece. I cannot wait to finally review that one in full once we get a couple more games in too. But I love that game, and I had to upgrade the coins there to get some deluxe metal ones. I will say though that out of the many currencies that I've played with, these look very authentic. I feel like I can put this in a vending machine. They look so real. Oh, this was also a personal purchase of mine after Comic-Con. Oh my god, the travel that I've been doing has been insane. We went from Comic-Con to Indiana for Gen Con, and then recovering from all that, and I think I have 2 more travel trips planned. No more cons though, thank goodness. it's not a bad thing. I do love, and I really, really do love going to cons, but they take a toll on your body, and let me tell you. This one right here is a game that I really loved playing. This one, Bonds introduced me to. Bonds, you're watching this. Thank you so much for introducing us to Splito. This was a huge hit at the table. I mentioned this a couple of times during like my game recap for the month. But Splito is a really fun game. How it works is it starts off kind of cooperative because you're passing out cards around a group of tables. It's just a deck of cards, so it's really easy to like bring and travel and to do in like a group play. We played this at like a restaurant/bar. And there was a group of about 8 of us. And how this game works is you're trying to meet conditions that are on opposite sides of you. So that's why it's semi-cooperative in that sense, but at the end, only one person wins because you score points depending if you meet the conditions that are listed by your partner. So if it's like me and Bonds and me and Josh, then I'm working with Josh on this side to meet some conditions fulfilled by a certain card that we play here. And then if I'm playing on this side, then me and Bonds are cooperating together just to meet some conditions listed on that card to score points. Really fun and easy game, but incredibly, incredibly strategic. And there's just so many things to think about because you're not in full control of your actions. You can kind of like mentally note to see what numbers you should play in order to meet the conditions, but at the end of the day, you have to be in sync with your partner on both sides. That's why it's really, really fun. I love this party game by 25th Century Games, and that is Splito. Next up on our package list, this one, very, very apparent. It's from Ivy Studio. So this was sent to me by Ivy Studio because they have a brand new game coming out again. I feel like we just covered Fractious Sky and they're putting some work over there. Now, I've never played the original Mythic Mischief, but I've always been interested. I feel like that was the game that I've been mostly interested in from Ivy Studios, but I'm definitely gonna get Volume 1 before diving into Volume 2. And we'll be doing a Kickstarter, some Kickstarter coverage of this that's coming very, very soon. I love how there are some new factions being introduced into the game. And you also will get some wolves introduced. So of course, we all know who I'm playing as for my first gameplay. I Myth the Mischief. Ivy Studios, thank you so much for sending this over. Can't wait to start covering this. It's gonna be a fun one. Next one, what is this from? Oh, wow. Okay, this is a fun little story. Okay, well, fun depending on how you see this game. Okay, so first off, there are 2 Kickstarters on my mind right now that I feel like I've been waiting for forever for, maybe 3. But one of them is Hyperspace X, probably the worst Kickstarter I've ever backed. I think that one's in 4 years in the works and we still haven't gotten that yet. And every update, it's so weird. Like they raised so much money for not a single game and update, but that's a story for another day. Sweet Mess was also along those lines where I think there was, long story short, there was some trouble with the original publisher of this, and then Fantasia Studios, who made Endless Winter, took over for this, or Pika Games. I think they might be under the same studio. They took over for this, and this game has now arrived at my doorstep. This is Sweet Mess. I really, really loved. I was super interested in this game when it first came out because the components, the theme around baking, everything just looked super high quality and amazing. But I know that with Fantasia Studios, I know that they stepped up the production on this tenfold. So I'm so glad that out of everyone, they definitely stepped in to grab a hold of this game. It's been a long time coming for this one. I'll be doing a full review on the channel for this one as well. But this was sent to me by Pika Games. Here's a brand new box art. Love celebrating diversity. We got a nice little, pretty thin rulebook actually, only 7 pages to go from setup to your final turns. Also a solo mode included as well. And then we have, this is probably like the main board right here. Also have some, I feel like these are very thin, but they feel kind of like the same texture, like a linen texture for cards. Storage guide. We love when publishers include that. Thank you so much for including a storage guide. That's the best thing. Got foam. And we have, is this game trays? I don't know if this is necessarily, oh, it is game trays. There we go. Oh my God, look at these chips. They're still really nice overall. They're not like Chip Theory chips, but they're still like pretty nice, I would say semi-premium quality. Then again, we are also comparing this to general Kickstarters overall. And then we have another tray over here. This one with more cards. Nice little pink baking tray. And we have a bunch of other cutouts of a lot of the other tokens included in the game. I think like individual player boards and everything are all included in here. I feel like Pika Games did the best with what they could, taking on this massive, massive project. So I'm still extremely happy and excited to see that this game has actually come to light. And like the trays and everything still are very, very premium. I love these custom cutouts and everything. So overall, I'm very excited for this game and that it finally made it to light and that it is surfacing. And overall, I think the game looks exceptionally well done. Pika Games, thank you so much for sending this one over. I can't wait to get it fully reviewed and played very, very soon. This right here was sent to me by Earthborn Rangers. Oh, also side note for Sweet Mess, this isn't the final cover. I think there's some color changes that are gonna happen in like the final version. So this is like consider that one to be a pre-production copy. Okay, so the next one that was sent to me was one that had a ton of buzz when it first came out, and that was Earthborn Rangers. So Earthborn Games, thank you so much for sending this one over. I think they had to open this one previously though, in order to double check all the components and everything. So this right here will be sent out to backers very, very soon. Deluxe wooden tokens. Ooh, we gotta see that real quick. Hold on one second. Nice. We love premium tokens like this. Beautiful. A bunch of the cards. We've had some inserts. It's probably like an insert that hasn't been made fully just yet. The Lure of the Valley. Oh, this is a thick rulebook. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's a thick rulebook. Earthborn Rangers, it would be so fun to do some gameplay of this one. Getting Bonds back on the channel to do some gameplay, despite how much she and I both don't do co-op, yet we tend to cover a lot of co-ops on this channel lately too, for Kickstarters in general. But overall, thank you so much Earthborn Games for sending this over. Can't wait to play this one and get this reviewed as well. We have a whole lineup of games to be reviewing on this channel, which is always very, very exciting. This I bought on my own because I finally saw it back in stock in the shop and I had to get it because I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting to seriously splurge on this, and when I saw it was available, boom. Oh, yes. I'm probably the most excited about this today, actually. These right here are the metal mechs for Scythe. I think this is like the final upgrade that I need for the game. So let's go and open up one box. You need 4 boxes total to replace everything. And mind you, I think there is a spoiler here if you haven't covered the Rise of Fenris campaign yet, so just make sure you're warned about that. Now I wish I could paint these two, which would be awesome, but oh my God, I will say that they do feel a lot smaller. I feel like they do look a lot smaller in person, but they feel good. Like these are dense, thick, quality metal mechs. Like they look so good. Like do you hear that? They look so good. I can't get over these. Look at this beautiful box of metal mechs. So this one will replace these. You need 4 boxes of these in order to replace the entire set. I feel like with metal, and please let me know in the comments too, I feel like with metal, maybe I could do something quick and easy. Maybe I could just like spray paint it or something. But it already looks nice metal as it is, and I don't want to like ruin it because I'm not experienced at all in painting any kind of mini. But maybe there's an easy wash that I can do with metal minis. So let me know if you're experiencing all that stuff and what I should do with that. And it's also nice that they included the silicone bases too that fit each individual one. Honestly, that's probably gonna be like one of my, if I ever do a top 10 list, which I say all the time, if I ever do a top 10 list, that would be on one of my top 10 games of all time. I absolutely love Scythe and I get it played all the time. Okay, the final package of the day is from Awaken Realms. Awaken Realms did send this over because I will be doing a review on this as well. We'll do a full recap of everything today at the very end. Guess what this is? Lords of Ragnarok. Oh my God, the terrain for the game. That's awesome. We also have the rune We've got stretch goals for Lords of Ragnarok. And we also have the art book as well. And this one right here, the main box itself. By now, you all probably know how I felt about Lords of Hellas. I love the game, and it kind of just went through a steady decline. And I did a full review about that, which you can check out over here. But I've heard a lot of good things about Lords of Ragnarok. They fixed a lot of the problems that I did mention, and hopefully by then, this is something that has improved dramatically. It looks really good. It looks way more tight, way more seamless than Lords of Hellas, and I feel like I'm very excited with this overall. And to compare this versus Lords of Hellas, that'd be a really fun video. Lords of Hellas versus Lords of Ragnarok, or just a Lords of Ragnarok review. I'm probably gonna do a comparison because it's always fun doing comparisons. And I still have yet to do the Scythe versus Expeditions too, but I'm working on it. Other than that, let's do a quick recap of all the games that we talked about today. So we have Lords of Ragnarok, which was sent to me for a review. This will be covered on the channel very soon. We have the Scythe Metal Mechs, which I purchased on my own, along with these silicone bases, full set in order to complete that. I also purchased Splitto on my own too. Really fun party game. Check that out if you haven't heard of it. And if you're looking for a party game, we have Mythic Mischief, which will be some Kickstarter coverage. Warline was also sent to me just as a thank you for covering the game. So this is a really fun game. It also is so thick with details, and this is very heavy box for the size. Also have Forever Home sent to me also for review, coming up very soon. Earthborn Rangers also sent for a review. And then lastly, Sweet Mess, also for review as well. Overall, we have 4 games that I will be reviewing on the channel very soon. I think the next up that you will see will be Forever Home. And then we also have one more for Kickstarter coverage, and then the rest I just bought for fun as well. So that was a fun unboxing. Thank you all so much for joining me as always. I'm excited to dive into all these titles. If you made it here to the very end, let me know which title you are most excited for. I feel like many of you would be most excited to see Lords of Ragnarok and maybe Earthborn Rangers. I feel like that's the core of my channel, usually always the heavier titles. Other than that, Wolfpack, y'all are the best. Hopefully next time for Wolfpack Wednesday, I will be throwing down some knowledge, some long-awaited tips that haven't been done in quite some time. But other than that, I will see you all in the next one.